And now for our feature presentation.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Aubrey Scott's Arcade of Fun. Let's do our first game of Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis. See if we want to bundle this game. Jeopardy for the Sega. Here we go. Game 1 on Aubrey Scott's Arcade of Fun. We have Jill and Harold facing me in game 1. Here we go. One daily double up there somewhere in one of these categories.
Here are the categories.
Science, the comics, soul food, baseball, world history, and finally, people. All right. These are pretty good categories. I'm going to go ahead and leave them the way they are. Start things off with baseball for 500. To this NL team, Lou Brock was always out in left field. Harold. The Cardinals. Okay.
You are correct.
St. Louis Cardinals is correct. You got it, Harold. You got your first bit of money. Here we go. The comics 100. There's a statue of him in Crystal City, Texas, spinach capital of the world. Who's Popeye?
You are correct.
Let's have the comics for 500. In 1969, the crew of Apollo 10 named its lunar module after this comic strip pet, who is Snoopy.
You are correct.
Let's go potpourri, or is it people? I think it's people. Let's go people 500. Discovered by Bob Hope in 1949, this ballad king soon went from rags to riches. Trying to remember who it was. Nope.
Sorry.
Harold is going to lose all his money. Jill. Oh, it's Tony Bennett. Okay.
You are correct.
Tony Bennett is correct. So Jill has her first bit of cash, and she makes the next selection. Science for 100. Most living organisms have millions, but a prisoner has only one. What's a cell?
You are correct.
Let's go science 500. If you're studying mensuration, you're studying this. You are studying measurement. All right.
You are correct.
Harold got his $500 back, and he makes the next selection. All right, soul food for 100. Mammy's little baby loves it. What is shortening bread?
You are correct.
Soul food for 500. Southern pancake grain, or a little rascal. What is buckwheat?
You are correct.
World history 500. In 1936, his general theory of employment, interest, and money changed world economics. Jill. John Maynard Keynes. John Maynard Keynes.
You are correct.
Correct. Double your money to $1,000, and you get to make the next selection, Jill. Science, 200. A 5th century BC Greek philosopher was the first to theorize that all matter is made of these. What are atoms?
You are correct.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Baseball, 400. The Orioles' Rick Dempsey was this in the 83 World Series. What is most valuable player?
You are correct.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's go with comics 400. The adjective that most often describes Hagar was horrible. Oh.
You are correct.
Oh, they still took it. I meant to put an E, not a D, but it's okay. They still took it. Let's go people 400. Daily double. And we have $2,300 at this point. How much do we want to put at risk? I'm feeling a little bit on the gutsy side, so let's go 1704. Okay. Here's the clue in people. His obituary appeared in the New York Times 7 years after he disappeared. Who's Jimmy Hoffa?
You are correct.
Putting me at $4,004, just like that. Let's have baseball 100. This Brooklyn team's longest losing streak was 16 games in 1944. Who are the Dodgers? Brooklyn Dodgers.
You are correct.
Let's go baseball 200. The Boston Pilgrims beat the Pittsburgh Pirates to win the first one in 1903. What's the World Series?
You are correct.
Baseball 300. Three balls and two strikes are called this. What is a full count?
You are correct.
We're up to $4,604 at this point in the game. Okay, let me have the comics 200. Neighbor whom Dennis the Menace mostly menaces. Who's Mr. Wilson?
You are correct.
Comics 300. Batman's enemy, the Joker, has hair this color. What's purple?
Sorry.
The other one. I always get this clue wrong. Oh well. Jill. It's green, the other one, yeah.
You are correct.
I had a choice and I picked the wrong one. Let's go science 300. Term for creatures like vultures or hermit crabs who eat carcasses and refuse. What are predators?
Sorry.
No. Harold. Scavengers.
You are correct.
Once again, I had a choice and I picked the wrong one. Oh well. Soul food 200. Also called groundnuts or goobers. What are peanuts?
You are correct.
Soul food 300. A fried fritter named for the hungry dog it hushed. What's a hush puppy?
You are correct.
Let's go soul food 400. Hominy and grits are both made of this grain. What's corn?
You are correct.
Over $5,000 right now, $5,104. Okay, let's go people 100. At 14, his magic show paid him $3. Later, he made millions on Tonight. Who's Johnny Carson?
You are correct.
Let's go people 200, please. His last regular newscast was on Friday, March 16th, 1981. With Walter Cronkite.
You are correct.
Let's go people 300. Looking too much like Haley Mills cut short this composer's acting career. Have a guess, but I'm not going to buzz in. It's Paul Williams. Okay, I knew it was a Williams, but it was Paul. I couldn't remember the first name, so it's a good thing I held back. Harold has $1,100, and he makes the next selection. World History 100. In 1945, Clement Attlee defeated him, becoming British Prime Minister. Who's Winston Churchill?
You are correct.
World History 200, please. On July 3rd, 1962, this country proclaimed Algeria's independence from it. What is France?
You are correct.
Let's go World History 300. Breton, who from 1577 to 80 performed the feat Magellan missed, circling the globe. Jill. Oh, Sir Francis Drake.
You are correct.
Days and nights are always 12 hours long at this line. What's the equator? Or is it the international date line? I'll just say the equator.
You are correct.
Oh, got it right. Now the last clue before we start Double Jeopardy. Prominent Central European country not unified until 1871. Oh, too late. Jill. No.
Sorry.
Not unified. I'm going to try it. I'm going to say with Czechoslovakia. Which is now Czech Republic and Slovakia.
Sorry.
It's not Czechoslovakia. All right. So I'm going to finish the Jeopardy round with $5,704. Harold. Germany.
You are
So
correct.
Harold has $1,500. Jill has $1,200. And I'm in first place with 5,704. So we're going to go ahead and start playing the round of
Double Jeopardy.
We have the dollar values doubled. We have 2 daily doubles up there on the board. And we have 6 all-new categories. Let's see if the categories sound a little bit more tougher than the last one.
Here are the categories.
Numbers. Oh, that one's not bad. Ghosts. Ancient history. What's in a name. Law. And finally, animals. All right. I like the categories. We're going to start things off with ancient history for 1,000. Student of Socrates and teacher of Aristotle. Who is Plato?
You are correct.
Let's go animals for 1,000. Or law 1,000, I guess. Last name of the learned judge who sat on the federal bench longer than any other. What's hand?
You are correct.
Now I'll take animals for 1,000. If this hybrid's parents were reversed, you'd get a hinny. What is a donkey?
Sorry.
That is incorrect. Ah.
Sorry.
Harold. It's a mule.
You are correct.
Mule. Alright. That's okay. Harold got the $1,000 for that one. He makes the next selection, which is Ancient History 200. Though an ethnic Macedonian, she was the most famous queen of Egypt. Who is Cleopatra?
You are correct.
Good, good. Alright. Let's go with Ghost for 1,000. Interested in psychic research while president, his ghost is said to haunt the White House. Harold. Abraham Lincoln. I wanted to go with him, but I wasn't confident enough to buzz in.
You are correct.
Okay. Ancient History 400. And you got one of the 2 daily doubles. Alright. We know he's going to go $1,000. Here's the clue. Reportedly blind, he opened our eyes to the Iliad and Odyssey, and it's Homer. You're up to $4,500, Harold, and you get to make the next selection. What's in a name 200? Though his name means famous, this Dangerfield gets no respect. Who is Rodney?
You are correct.
Okay, let's have Ancient History for 800. He crossed the Rubicon, a giant step toward coming to power. Who is Julius Caesar?
You are correct.
Let's have Ancient History for 600. Our word for paper derives from this Egyptian plant. What is papyrus?
You are correct.
Booyah! Up to $8,504 right now. I would like to have what's in a name or numbers rather for 1,000. As a daily double. I have a lot of money sitting in front of me right now. 8,504. How much of that do I want to put at risk? Let's do. I'm gonna go for 6,000. No. Yes, I'm gonna stick with it. 6,000. 641. 6641. All right, here's the clue. When it's 12 noon in Washington State, it's this time in Washington, D.C. What's 3 p.m.?
You are correct.
Booyah. Putting me at $15,145. Let's go with animals 200. This tiny pest, PULEX irritans, can jump 130 times its own height. What's a flea?
You are correct.
Animals 400. There are about 40,000 muscles and tendons in this part of an elephant's body. What's the trunk?
You are correct.
Let's have animal 600. When husbands pop for an ermine coat, they're actually buying this fur. What's a weasel?
You are correct.
Animals 800. Close relative to the pig, though its name means river horse. What is a hippopotamus?
You are correct.
Booyah. 17,145. Let's go ghost 200. From German meaning knocking spirit, it's a mischievous, boisterous ghost. What's a poltergeist?
You are correct.
Goes for 400. Someone who pinch hits for another's autobiography. What is a ghostwriter?
You are correct.
Goes for 600. He and Bill Murray went from Saturday Night Live gut busting to ghost busting. Who's Dan Aykroyd?
You are correct.
Goes for 800. '20s football star called the Galloping Ghost. Who is Red Grange?
You are correct.
Law for 200. Over $19,000 at this point in the game. An attorney named Schuster probably inspired this nickname for a dishonest lawyer. What's a shyster?
You are correct.
Law for 400. Justice is incidental to law and order, said this former FBI chief. Who's J. Edgar Hoover?
You are correct.
I'll go law for 600, please. Civil law in France and Louisiana is based on his code. Who's Napoleon?
You are correct.
Numbers 200. Wait, no. I'm going to finish law for 800. I'm sorry. Riparian rights pertain to the use of this substance. What is water?
You are correct.
Numbers 200. The decimal system is based on this number. What's the 10th?
You are correct.
Number's 400. MCMXCII. What is 1992?
You are correct.
Numbers 600. The digit on the phone represented by DEF. What is 3?
You are correct.
Numbers 800. The number of the piggy in the children's nursery rhyme who ate no roast beef. What is the 4th?
You are correct.
What's in a name 400? Variations of this most common feminine name in Christian lands included May, Polly, and Marie. What is Mary?
You are correct.
600. Princess in Hebrew, or the lead nobody doesn't like. Who's Sarah?
You are correct.
800. His forte is singing, not being a bean farmer as his first name implies. Harold. That is incorrect.
Sorry.
Jill. Fabian.
You are correct.
Now the last clue. Everybody's going to be around for Final Jeopardy, it looks like, maybe. State whose name comes from the coupling of its founder's name with the Latin word for trees. What is Pennsylvania?
You are
So I have
correct.
$25,145. Harold has $3,700. Jill has $1,000. So it's a lock game. Cannot be caught. Get to our Final Jeopardy category. Gardening. Oh, this looks good. I'm gonna grab all my poker chips here. We're going all in. Bamboo is a member of this plant family. What is grass?
You know the correct response?
I know for a fact Jill got grass right. So she goes up to $1,100. Harold got it wrong. And he drops down to $800. I got it right and I doubled my money to $50,290. That's my one game winnings total. And I'm going to see you all for that next video coming soon.